Good evening, everybody. Welcome once again to Action Theater Presents. Today's feature is the 40th anniversary of Big Trouble in Little China. Now, I believe this movie came out in July, so we're a little bit ahead of schedule, but since we're doing action and adventure this month, we're giving it to you a month earlier. And Deleted Scene T will tell you about the synopsis and tell you a little bit more.
All right. The synopsis is as follows. A macho truck driver is plunged into a strange netherworld after his friend's fiancee is kidnapped by mysterious forces in San Francisco's Chinatown district. Yes, from 1986, listed as an action fantasy, rated PG-13. The runtime is an hour and 40 minutes. This was, of course, comes to us from John Carpenter and is based on a screenplay by W.D. Richter, if that name is familiar. He's the guy who wrote Buckaroo Banzai. So if you enjoyed that film, you're going to like this one a lot. And vice versa. We have, of course, starring as our sidekick who believes he's the lead guy. Major main character syndrome with this guy. Playing Jack Burton is, of course, Kurt Russell, along with Kim Cattrall. The true hero of the movie, Dennis Dunn, is Wang. Victor Wong is Egg Shen. You might remember him from Tremors. And, of course, the legendary James Hong, a man who has literally spent the last 60 or 70 years plus in film and television as the villain, David Lopan. And need we say more, really? This movie is every bit the cult classic, and I think pretty safe to say classic. I mean, this, it was just like every other John Carpenter movie. Is people really didn't get it at the time, and it was a movie that really kind of came into its own on home video and especially on cable. I'm pretty sure I saw this in theaters when I was a kid. I don't see any reason why. Well, okay, because let me go into a brief thing. Now, when the PG-13 rating came out, which was a couple of years before this, I believe, a year or so before this, the theaters where I lived were very stringent about this. You had to have it was almost like trying to get into an R-rated movie.
Right.
You needed to have a parent if you were under 13 in order to get in. But I was at that point to where I was just on that cusp of, being able to pass. But I'm willing to believe I probably went with my mom or she dropped me off or something. But, but that's how it was. And then they've kind of relaxed that a bit now. A little too much, I think, because, when I went to go see the Black Phone in theaters, people have like little kids in there, and I'm like, yeah. Oh, that's not the movie to be bringing the 6-year-old to. So I was like about 13 or just about to turn 13 when this movie came out. So yeah. We do want to remind everyone, of course, that here in the U.S., the YouTube guidelines prevent us from actually physically showing the movie to you. Unfortunately, as much as we would very much like to, but we can't. And we would either have to turn it into a slideshow. We would have to stop it, like I think like every either 8 to 30 seconds, and try to fill it up with commentary, which would just take a whole lot of time that we don't have. And also, we could put like a bunch of watermarks and stuff over it, and that we don't really want to do either. So
Not to
can
mention, it takes a lot of work to do that.
it takes a lot? Yes, it does. So what you can do if you are watching with us live right now, there is a link to the Cosme app. In order to you can just click and you can join us um, for the film, as Kevin Hernandez has. Welcome.
Yes.
And anybody else who might be in the live chat with us right now, he's under Kevin Theme Park Adventures, I take it. Right on.
Yes.
So yes, thank you for joining us. And so you can just go ahead, you can click on the Cosme app, which should be in all of our chats. YouTube has chosen to place it on the bottom this month. They might change that next time. Who knows? It's YouTube. All right. So what you can do if you're not following along live is, of course, this movie is readily available on physical media, and which we do highly recommend that you do. And of course, you can also find this movie on Fandango at home, which
And
is
then
how we're going to be bringing it to you today. So we got it. We got to follow the guidelines, folks. We don't want them to use a 16
yeah,
bag on us. So
even
yeah,
though this is a cult classic and it's one of my favorite all times, 1986 was such a big year as we're doing several 40-year anniversaries. This is one of the better ones, one of the best ones of that year. But there were so many. Uh, so we're glad to have you here with us. And if you ain't catching this live broadcast, we hope you find a copy somewhere or find it on streaming somewhere. We hope you will enjoy our fan commentary, as this is. We will run the banner once we get underway.
Mhm.
And if you follow us over there to the screening room, should be pinned at the top, right here and right here. Follow that screening room allows you to come and view with us as we're live now and watch along. So I will give a 5 second count and we will get the film started. So head over there now and we'll see you there. Here we go. Five, four, three, two, and go. This film has got so many quotable lines. If you know them, you're cool in my book.
Indeed.
Jack Burton never disappoints.
20th Century Fox logo. And this scene was not originally in the film. It was written in later because the studio felt that Kurt Russell's character didn't look heroic enough, which was kind of the point of the film.
Yeah.
That he's the sidekick and thinks he's the lead guy. But here you go. But it's a cool introduction for Egg too, so it works.
Yes, uh, you might recognize the guy interviewing.
Mm-hmm.
He was in. the '90s show about UFOs.
Yeah,
Why can't I, my brain's not working? Yes,
he was on the X Files
the
for a
X Files.
while. Yeah, the recurring part.
Of course, he was in this actor here. The
Hmm.
Asian actor was in, as we mentioned, 1990s Tremors.
Hmm.
Also starred opposite of Eddie Murphy in The Gold Child
He did.
and many other films you'd probably
Right.
recognize.
He was, of course, in another John Carpenter movie, Prince of Darkness.
Oh yeah, yes.
Yep. That was nothing.
I am convinced that the one of the characters from this film they made they put into the video game Mortal Kombat. Don't quote me on that, but I don't know. But awful similarities came out around the same time, and here we have Jack Burton.
Pork Chop Express. If any faster than I can see him, besides it's all under reflexes.
I used to have such a big crush on Kim Cattrall because she was in Police Academy, and then she showed up in this, and even
Mhm.
her friend from Sex and the City shows up in this film. Cynthia Rifford, I believe her name, the actress name is. This film is the pinnacle of pop culture, and what a hell of an actor, Kurt Russell, for being giving us so many great roles over the years. Snake Plissken, Jack Burton, the list goes on and on. Such a big career Kurt Russell has had. He started out in Disney films. He was I don't know how many Disney films he was in. He was like way too many to count on your 10
Mhm.
fingers.
You're talking about someone who's literally been making film and television his entire life, really.
Yes.
Because he was like a kid actor, you know,
Mm,
and not just did a lot of Disney films, did a lot of westerns as well.
yeah.
In fact, I think starred in a series when he was a youngin.
Of course, we've seen him here in one of our favorite all time favorite westerns, Tombstone,
Hmm.
and then we did the horror western that he did, Bone Tomahawk, which we'll probably have to revisit in the near future.
Yeah. And hello
I want to say
to
welcome to Connie Clary, the bird woman of YouTube. Always great to see you. Look out for her second channel, Lost Chick Productions. Doing awesome work over there. Glad to have you here, Connie.
mhm. Here we get our introduction to Wang, played by Dennis Dunn, who's also in Prince of Darkness and
Yeah.
is also known for the TV series Midnight Caller with Gary Cole. A show I wish someone would put out on video, or maybe one of the dare I say it, one of the streamers to pick it up. But
Right.
yeah,
This film came out in 1986. We had we had just moved from Salt Lake City, Utah, to Arizona. So this came out in the summer, and I believe we visited California that summer. And I remember seeing it in the California theater with my dad. Having technical difficulties on YouTube. I'm sorry to hear that, Connie. Trying to cut a beer bottle with a machete, I guess.
Reflexes. Mm,
Jack Burton is in his tractor trailer rig. That's uh that's called bobtailing. Bobtailing to the airport. Not carrying a trailer.
yeah. Actress name playing Mel Yin, who's Wang's fiance, is Susie Pie, and she doesn't look much different today. Honestly, I saw a picture of her recently. So
I'm thinking about Asians. They age gracefully.
yes, they do. And our first glimpse at Gracie Law, Kim Cattrall. Hmm.
I had such a crush on
She
her.
was tall. Hmm.
What about you? Did you have a crush on Kim Patrol? I did. After Police Academy.
I I didn't have anything against her. No.
Here I am, this pubescent teenager, and I had the biggest crush on her. Of course, I also had a crush on like Jessica Lange from 1978's King Kong.
Hmm. So we already have the fact that Wang recognizes Grace. We have this Chinatown street gang hanging around. All right, Jack's already walked into something that he's not.
Yeah,
He's
that
already over his head.
he's not accustomed to. What?
No. And we see that Gracie's waiting for this other girl, who's this girl right here, who I always felt like I should know, but I don't think I ever saw her in anything else. Of course, these guys are going to screw up, and they're going to take Malian instead of Tara.
Yeah, I guess they
Oh,
forgot to
okay, they do.
give the fact that they're looking for the one with green eyes, not brown. Of course, back then things like that trafficking in uh, people as well. I wouldn't put it past them.
So it's when you see this the first time around, and you're up to this point in the film, you kind of get the idea maybe there's like a human trafficking thing going on, maybe. But of course, we're going to find out there's more to it than that. I mean, that's there too, but we find out that there's another level to the plan. Rich must pay.
Why? I was always curious why he went to Central Park when he's in San Francisco. Rob City, pal. I love a trailer in front of him with Puma logo on it.
Oh yeah.
It's a footwear company from Africa, I believe. Makes that making athletic apparel for soccer games, uniforms, and whatnot.
See also Train Dreams, Broken Trail, Hell on Wheels. No. Let's out for the bird. Oh crap. Vicky.
Cursing in
Arm
Chinese.
Of course, we go from location to backlot, which they would need to control the environment for reasons that, well, you're all about to see.
Yeah.
Of course, our first look at Lopan just seems like some regular guy, on the street. I don't know how many people realized the first time around that that's him.
Yeah. I
You
love
missed
the
that the first time.
signs. The they got the neon signs.
Hmm.
Even an authentic barber shop with one of those poles that have the candy stripes. This actor's been in,
Oh
let's face it,
yes.
been seen in Die Hard and Last Action Hero and many a.
Al Young. Haven't seen him in a movie in a while, but he's still with us.
Yeah, I like that. They have this Jet Chinese kung fu artist, and he's wearing like he's in the West with pistols and the gun belt around his chest. It's like I make your hair good here. I have an AK-47 and a Thompson gun being used. Here comes the good guy.
Mhm. And before anybody asks, if you spot someone familiar, uh, yeah, that's who that is.
Yeah,
This movie is filled to the brim with that, guys.
yeah.
I mean, pretty much every Asian actor who could do action is in this film.
This is I like that Carpenter used these gang wars. There's same ethnicity, but there's two different gangs. They're in America, and you wouldn't know it if they're two gangs that's fighting in America or San Francisco.
Mhm. Of
It
course, this
really,
fight really has nothing to do with kind of our main plot.
well,
This
yeah,
is just
well,
like
yeah.
everyday shit that's
Well,
happening, you know?
that's why it says Little China. The title card is Little China. This is
Yeah.
Little China. It's America, but it's a piece of China in America. These guys hate each other. They're just killing each other.
Mhm.
I mean, they don't get better than this filmmaking. Choreographed battle between two rival gangs. Done spectacular.
Ah, yes. The storms.
Or the wizards, the wizards or whatever. Magic, dark, Chinese dark magic users. And here's the inspired character that I believe inspired Raiden from Mortal Kombat. Our current timestamp is 21 minutes and 28 seconds.
Of course, proving the storms are impervious to conventional weapons. Boom. Where are the storms finishing off both gangs?
David Lopez.
Yeah, Dragon of the Black Bull.
Check out the phone. It's like a payphone with it's a rotary telephone, rotary payphone. If you messed up one number, you had to start all over again.
Yes, you did.
Oh, nobody nowadays would know the hell of that.
Mhm. The glad hand. Just the line in Tremors. Remember where he says because he's in Tremors too, right? And he said, "Your phone is dead." He's like, "I didn't do it." So a lot of hells.
7 hells. No, it's not.
Jeez.
Her friend and co-actor from Sex in the City, Cynthia Rufford.
Hmm? Captain Obvious.
Yeah. Kenny's ghost and Ken with green eyes. Here she is, bound to a bed and gagged. Hong Kong, was ran by Britain for many years. Something strange is happening.
Zool, everybody get out of here. Okay.
Well, there goes that, madam.
Time to literally ride the lightning.
We're at 32:48.
Yes, the wretched hive of scum and villainy. Yeah. Yeah.
God bless it. Hello, Jamie Lynn Simmons. Welcome. Good to have you here. We are only 35 minutes into the film.
And of course, they're going to do the telephone repairman bit from
The Chinese
what,
Connection
what? Chinese Connection. Yeah.
with Bruce Lee.
Yeah. Yeah. Yes. Ow. I hate it when that happens. It's right outside my window, dude. Big trailer line.
What the hell is going on
Yep.
there?
Shafts filling up with water.
Carpenter did a very good job at making this feel very cultural to the Chinese people. The aesthetic, the score. Pretty sure he probably did the score on this. Carpenter liked to score music. Multi-talented man, that man. I believe it's been rumored that they've been trying to get a sequel off this, but you know, it's in one of those falls in one of those categories that as in development. Heck, It's a pretty good old age makeup on him.
Oh yeah.
Remember this? This was 40 years ago. He wasn't old as the character he's portraying. He showed up in 2011's R.I.P.D.
Hmm. Click award, whichever comes first. You're doing something seriously wrong.
There, oh, is that?
Yeah. Which does help because his entire plan does hinge on keeping the woman alive. Yeah, so once you think about it, aside from the whole marriage thing, she's not really in any danger. Ah! Like, oh,
Cat Burton always kept something up his sleeve or boot.
but you weren't in Army of the Dead. No motion check.
Watch out. He's a blowfish. He's like his guy's like a blowfish.
Here we get the first inkling of what this guy's powers are.
Jack Burton almost made a wish into wishing well.
Go to Big Al Sense,
Hey, Big Al.
host of Films with Friends, the creator of the 10-Word Review. I will be joining Al Saturday night at 10 p.m. And we're going to be watching Time Cop. Jean Claude Van Damme.
Cool. Thank you for subscribing. Louis Sandro, thank you for subscribing. Welcome.
Why are my sidekicks so stupid?
Thank you for sharing the pictures, Jamie Lynn. No. Gracie's hogtied. You're gonna kill your old friend?
Ow. I have no idea. Hello to Daniel Berry's Sports Highlights. And once our program has concluded, please head on over to Big Al's channel. He has a review up right now for Deep Water with Aaron Eckhart and Ben Kingsley. Check that out.
The shark movie. Summer. You can't go wrong without a summer shark movie. Yeah. Our current timestamp is 54 minutes and 59 seconds. We're currently 55 minutes into it.
Hmm. It's just right when you do that.
He was just able to leap that steel grate, no problem. Good thing it wasn't bolted down. Looks like to be a warehouse of Buddhas. This is great. Well, what the hell are they doing there? They only saw me.
Trapped.
They're coming through. What did he throw? Was that the knife? He accidentally threw
Yeah.
the knife. Ah, you're a little late, Jack.
Huh. Okay then. Hmm. It's our boy.
Somebody's watching me. I always feel like somebody's watching me. Oh well, I've been told that wrong actress as Kate Burton as Margot.
Yeah.
I don't know why I was saying Cynthia Rufford. I guess they look alike in a way. My mistake. My mistake.
And even these guys are like, dude.
Yeah.
Oh man. Oh no,
Hey,
lady, you can't write about this. Nobody's gonna believe it. Mhm.
Kate Burton, uh, the actress playing Margot, is now 68 years of age. Well,
as we bring back the yellow turbans, as Jack calls them, who are going to be our backup.
James Hong, currently 97 years old,
Yeah.
still with us. Said like Victor Wong is no longer.
Yeah. Here we go.
Timestamp 1 hour, 6 minutes, 26 seconds. One of the storms performing a kata. Black part of the earth. Oil, black part of the earth. Takes all three of them to perform magic to lift them upward. Now, technically, all four of them are all doing it simultaneously. You got one massive long fingernail. I would have loved to seen some of the scenes that got cut from this one that got left on the cutting room floor. Sure, they probably wanted to do more than this.
Come out no more.
What will not come out? What will not come out no more? Some cave monster. Ah, great in a pile of fish and rats. A lot of fish. No, thank you.
Bring them on.
Hmm. Good, I thought so. So we arrived at Lopan wedding. I
Mhm.
really love all the neon that they used for this particular scene. It's just so cool. With such elaborate set design.
Yeah. Here's my guy, a flying eye creature
Floating
here.
eyeball.
As that, don't tell me, Guardian. Hmm. There.
The eyeball creature has a tongue that has eyes. Who are those stick creatures? Is that a gorilla, a monkey, or just some weird creature?
Mhm. Okay.
Huge buzz.
Mm.
Hey, welcome, Enigma Service. Welcome.
Enigma. Give me a bag. Station. What's in it, egg?
Feel pretty good.
Hey.
I can see and do what nobody else can do.
Invincible.
I think
Here's
they all
just
just
me.
took ecstasy.
Yeah.
Did they all just do a secret shot of ecstasy? They're a little bit friendly. Big mistake, Lopan. Big mistake.
Oh,
All hell's about to break loose.
oh, man down. Thunk.
One thing about this film, I also really appreciate the kung fu and the martial arts that are played in this film are exceptional, exceptional, and I always loved that fact. This film is this testament to the a multi crossover idea of sci-fi, action adventure, and incorporated in with kung fu and martial arts. It's like the best of three worlds.
Oh, lost a primary weapon.
I love the fight between these two here. Both multi-talented in martial arts and super great choreographed. Like that guy was just a dude in a heavy mask. Little wink.
Only a dream can kill a dream.
That's one way to kill him.
Oh, Wolfman
Wolfman
Scott
Scott
North.
North. Have a nice 7. I took some. I can see no one else can see. I can do what no one else can do.
Not like flies already. Where's it gotten us? Nowhere. Fast.
Jack
Sure.
Burton, me.
Me.
What the hell?
Oh, yeah.
All the reflexes. It's all in the reflexes. Domino effect. It's all in the reflexes. He really didn't like that tiger
No,
life.
you kind of get the idea he's been wanting to do that for a while.
Yeah. Uh oh. He says this. He's his dead master, and he's gonna have the worst fit ever. Talk about tantrum. He's not gonna stop. Made the cover of Fangoria magazine. Magazine that used to be sort of a Sherlock press back in the day. Many collectible covers. I have many of them.
Wasn't easy.
Well, Jack Burton says, when the tough get going, we get going. He's smoking a bong back there. You're right, I did. They do have those, by the way. They're expensive. Those are the ones that are with really big sleepers. There really is an apartment on the back of the thing and can pull a lot of pounds weight.
Rose of Heaven, didn't we? Oh, horse shit. The eye and says, "Best shot, pal." Bad monkey. All
Alrighty,
right.
that was Big Trouble in Little China. You shall consult the scrolls.
I will control the scrolls. Big Trouble in Little China was released July 2nd, 1986. Estimated budget of 25 million, going on to gross 11 million worldwide. So not so great. Like I said, this was a movie that was found its home on video and cable. Was nominated for a Saturn Award for Best Musical Score. And in 2016, won the Urban Action Showcase Martial Arts Cult Classic Cinemas Award. All right. Scroll down. Filming locations include Grant Avenue, Chinatown, for the bus scene. Councilman Road, Marin Highlands, California. This is all in California. Fire Station 23 Fire Station 23 225 East 5th Street, Los Angeles. Eggs Office and Home Interiors. And stages 17, 19, and 6, 20th Century Fox Studios, 10201 Pico Boulevard, Century City, Los Angeles, California. On to the trivia. The Coupe de Villes, a musical group featuring director John Carpenter, cinematographer Nick Castle, and second unit director Tommy Lee Wallace, performed the feature film's eponymous closing theme song. John Carpenter and Alan Howarth composed the musical track, which the band recorded specifically for the theatrical release. The band members created a promotional music video for the song, which the studio distributed to music television networks to market the motion picture summer release. The Chinese characters displayed during the main title sequence translate literally to "evil spirits make a big scene in little spiritual state." Distribution executives 20th Century Fox retained this Mandarin subtitle for the theatrical release prints to appeal to localized metropolitan audiences. Like the Chinese characters painted on the forward exterior panels of the tour bus driven by Egg Shen translate into English as Uncle Egg's tours guarantee a good time. Production designers applied the Cantonese lettering directly onto the 1980 Chevrolet step van chassis to establish the vehicle as a legitimate Chinatown excursion transport before the subsequent supernatural action sequences. John Carpenter maintained actor Kurt Russell as the primary casting choice for the character of Jack Burton throughout the pre-production phase. 20th Century Fox executives countered this proposal by recommending Jack Nicholson or Clint Eastwood for the lead role to secure high-profile box office insurance. Both studios suggested performers rejected the project due to scheduling conflicts with other feature productions, which allowed the director to finalize the contract for preferred lead actor. On-screen actions throughout the film culminate in an accumulated on-screen tally of 46 individual character deaths. John Carpenter executed the post-production process within a compressed 4-month schedule to prepare the film for its summer theatrical release. Screenwriters Gary Goldman and David Z. Weinstein initially conceived the screenplay as a Western period piece set during the 1880s. Director John Carpenter hired W.D. Richter to perform an extensive rewrite, transposing the narrative setting to contemporary San Francisco. The structural modernization altered the primary motivation for the character of Jack Burton, replacing the theft of a prized horse with the theft of a Freightliner production truck. Kurt Russell and John Carpenter detailed these specific narrative alterations during the home media audio commentary track. Kurt Russell contracted a severe case of influenza during the filming of the sequence immediately following the brothel rescue. Production schedules required the capture of the performance despite the illness, resulting in a natural physical perspiration from a fever rather than the application of standard theatrical mist or cosmetic sweat. John Carpenter confirmed on the DVD audio commentary that performer Carter Wong, who plays the character Thunder, previously employed his martial arts expertise as the chief karate instructor for the Royal Hong Kong Police Force in 1979. And hello to JPRPH1, channel member. Good to see you, sir. The screenwriters modeled the fictional rivalry between the Chang Sing and the Wing Kong Tongs on the historical conflict between the Hip Sing and Ong Leong Tongs in early 20th century New York City. The production design and I don't know why it says that twice. The production design department researched actual Tong Wars documentation from the 1900s to the 1930s to establish the specific stylistic elements and factional divisions depicted within San Francisco's Chinatown. Prop artisans utilized Nepalese kukri knives to represent the curved blades brandished by the Three Storms warriors. The production design modified these distinct forward curving edged weapons, which functioned historically as both a traditional tool and a primary combat weapon for all Gurkha military regiments within the British Indian Army to serve as the signature armaments for the mystical characters. Screenwriters Gary Goldman and David Z. Weinstein derived the character name Lem Lee from Tom Lee, the historical leader of the An Leong Tong crime syndicate during the early 20th century in New York's Chinatown. The real-world criminal organization maintained a public front as a legitimate merchant association, matching the functional role of the fictional entity depicted within the production. A Freightliner FLC 120 WT tractor served as the mechanical basis for the Pork Chop Express, the truck driven by Jack Burton. Uh, Production coordinators obtained a 1985 model year vehicle for primary driving sequences and utilized matching configurations for stunt sequences. John Carpenter concluded his major studio output of the 80s with this production following executive friction with studio head Lawrence Gordon regarding creative control and post-production pacing. Carpenter subsequently transitioned to independent production by securing a multi-picture financing agreement with Alive Films, which granted final cut privilege for his immediate subsequent feature projects, Prince of Darkness and They Live. All right. Universal Pictures required the domestic theatrical distribution rights for Prince of Darkness and They Live after independent principal photography concluded without studio oversight. John Carpenter filmed a prologue featuring Egg Shen and the attorney following a direct mandate from 20th Century Fox executives during post-production. Studio executives requested the additional scene to frame Jack Burton as a traditional heroic figure because the executive team failed to comprehend the narrative subversion, positioning Jack Burton as an incompetent sidekick rather than a primary protagonist. The original shooting script and structural edit commenced the narrative directly with Jack Burton operating the Pork Chop Express transport truck en route to San Francisco. Carpenter and Russell state on the official audio commentary track that exceptionally positive test screenings created initial expectations of major commercial success. 20th Century Fox minimized promotional expenditures for the theatrical release, which resulted in low box office returns. The studio schedule placed the theatrical debut 16 days prior to the high-profile release of Aliens. Subsequent home video distribution established a substantial cult following. Carpenter and Russell attribute the restricted marketing campaign to studio executives experiencing difficulties determining if an effective promotional strategy for the genre determining X to make a mistake. Let me say that again. Carpenter and Russell attribute the restricted marketing campaign to studio executives experiencing difficulties determining an effective promotional strategy for the genre blending narrative. Damn, that's a sentence and a half. 20th Century Fox production executives rushed the project through post-production to compete directly with similar marketplace projects, which compressed the editing schedule to a fraction of the standard post-production timeline for a major studio release. Performer Susie Pye, who portrays the character Malian, a name translating directly from Mandarin Chinese to mean wonderful sound or beautiful voice. The Italian dialogue track reassigns the translated line, yeah, and a wise man has enough sense to get in out of the rain, to the character Jack Burton. The original English audio track attributes this statement to the character Egg Shen. Lead actor Kurt Russell expressed hesitation regarding the role in 2001 DVD commentary, citing a suspicion of commercial box office failure due to production. Director Carpenter discussed the financial concerns pre-production consultation, stating the box office did not influence casting decisions, a specific desire to secure the actor for the project. The production schedule required immediate casting security because 20th Century Fox fast-tracked the project to compete with a rival studio production, The Golden Child, which we mentioned earlier in the show. The studio executive leadership allocated a $25 million production budget, which demanded extensive physical set construction on the 20th Century Fox stages in Los Angeles. Director John Carpenter secured the creative control over the martial arts choreography and special effects deployment, choosing to collaborate with a trusted lead performer to streamline logistical adjustments on set. Kurt Russell wore the identical red undershirt, boots, and blue jeans combination during the brothel infiltration sequence that the actor previously utilized for the character of Snake Plissken in Escape from New York. John Carpenter costume designer April Ferry utilized this wardrobe combination as an intentional nod to the prior collaboration between the director and lead actor. The tourist vehicle driven by Egg Shen consists of a 1936 White Motor Company Model 706 tour bus. The White Motor Company manufactured approximately 500 units of the specialized Model 706 transport vehicles during the 1930s, specifically for the National Park Service to facilitate sightseeing in major wilderness reserves. The exact vehicle utilized during the production of Big Trouble in Little China received the post-production moniker Hollywood due to its appearances in major entertainment media. This vehicle operates under the management of concessionaire Xanterra Travel Collection at Yellowstone National Park, where the refurbished vehicle provides passenger excursions originating from the Old Faithful visitor area. Whew. Some of these are quite lengthy. All right, now I'll read a few more off here. John Carpenter originally selected martial artist Jackie Chan as the primary choice to portray the character Wang Chi. Executive producer Lawrence Gordon opposed the casting decision due to concerns regarding the English language proficiency of Chan. Gordon established this evaluation after reviewing the dialogue performances of Chan in the North American theatrical releases of Battle Creek Brawl and Protector. Carpenter maintained an interest in securing Chan for the production, following the commercial and critical success of the action feature Police Story. Chan ultimately declined a professional offer to participate in the project. Production executive subsequently finalized a contract with actor Dennis Dunn to occupy the role instead. Kurt Russell structured the performance of the character Jack Burton on the vocal cadence and physical mannerisms of John Wayne. Production notes confirmed that this collaboration that followed their prior work on Escape from New York, in which Kurt Russell modeled the character Snake Plissken after the performance style of Clint Eastwood. Carpenter and Russell completed this production as their fourth feature film collaboration. The cinematic partnership spans 5 projects total, including Elvis, Escape from New York, The Thing, and Escape from LA. James Hong portrays the character David Lo Pan, who suffers a curse from the first emperor of China, Qin Shi Huang. James Paxton performs the role of Lightning, portrayed the first emperor of China in the television documentary titled The First Emperor, The Man Who Made China in 2006. Production crews filmed the documentary on location in China, utilizing historical reenactments to detail the unification of the warring states and the construction of the early Great Wall. The casting choice creates a dual connection to the historical ruler within the film, as one actor portrays a character afflicted by the emperor, and another actor later embodies the emperor himself in a factual historical presentation. Video game co-creator Ed Boon cited the characters of Thunder, Rain, and Lightning, collectively known as the Three Storms, as the primary visual and thematic inspiration for Raiden, the Thunder God character in the Mortal Kombat video game franchise, as Bill brought up earlier in the show. Uh, Game designers utilized the character of David Lopan as the foundational archetype for Sang Sheng. Well, you know. The principal shape shifting sorcerer antagonist within the original Mortal Kombat property. Director John Carpenter and the production team derived the concept of the Three Storms from the supernatural assassins featured in the Japanese martial arts film Lone Wolf and Cub Baby Cart in the Land of Demons, 1973. The character designs for the Three Storms draw inspiration from, from the three assassins from the martial arts film Lone Wolf and Cub. Production designer John J. Lloyd coordinated with director Carpenter to adapt the visual aesthetic, costume elements, and combat styles of the original characters for the 20th Century Fox release. Kurt Russell rejected the leading role of Connor McLeod in Highlander, specifically to accept the role of Jack Burton in this production. 20th Century Fox financed and distributed both feature films during the 1986 theatrical release calendar. This decision finalized a multi-picture development negotiation between the performer and the studio brass, who fast-tracked the project to compete directly with rival Asian-themed fantasy scripts in development during the 1980s. The animated series A Chinatown Ghost Story parodied the film production during an episode titled A Chinatown Ghost Story. Executive producers cast actor James Hong to provide the voice for the guest character Ho Chan, a character designed as a direct homage to the original antagonist David Lopan. John Carpenter modeled the rapid-fire dialogue delivery between Jack Burton and Gracie Law in the classic 1930s screwball comedies. Production notes confirm that the characters in the film reminded John Carpenter of the characters in Bringing Up Baby or His Girl Friday. These were very 1930s Howard Hawks people. Screenwriters W.D. Richter and David C. Weinstein deliberately incorporated this rhythmic, fast-paced verbal sparring into the script to contrast the American cinematic archetypes with the traditional martial arts fantasy elements. Okay, I'll read off a few more of these. All right, studio executives positioned Kurt Russell as a rising star during the early production phases. Kurt Russell initially declined the role of Jack Burton due to reservations regarding the characterization, noting that there were, quote, a number of different ways to approach Jack, but I didn't know if there was a way that would be interesting enough for this movie. Subsequent collaborative consultations with director Carpenter and iterative script evaluations prompted Kurt Russell to accept the assignment. This conceptual reassessment allowed Kurt Russell to embrace the subversion of classic action archetypes, later characterizing the protagonist as a hero who has so many faults. Jack is and isn't the hero. He falls on his ass as much as he comes through. This guy is a real blowhard. He's a lot of hot air, very self-assured, a screw-up. Production notes confirmed that Kurt Russell deliberately structured the performance as a comedic antithesis to traditional adventure leads, stating that at heart, he thinks he's Indiana Jones, but the circumstances are always too much for him. 20th Century Fox fast-tracked the project to compete directly with the similarly themed production The Golden Child, which prompted tight scheduling constraints for the principal photography and stunt coordination teams. Russell anticipated severe marketing challenges during pre-production, characterizing the project as an intricate narrative blend of authentic San Francisco Chinatown history and traditional Chinese folklore. The production company cast an overwhelmingly Asian ensemble, leaving only a minor percentage of roles for non-Asian performers to support this complex structure. Production designer John J. Lloyd constructed massive, detailed Chinatown sets across 3 sound stages at the 20th Century Fox Studios lot, which required months of historical research and specialized construction techniques. Oh, that's okay, Connie. No worries. No worries. Carpenter cast director Dennis Dunn in the role of Wang Chi after viewing his performance in Year of the Dragon. The production finalized this casting decision following the two production meetings, which concluded mere days prior to the commencement of principal photography. This late-stage scheduling required immediate martial arts choreography integration and wardrobe fitting sessions to preserve the established shooting schedule. Dunn utilized childhood martial arts training and adult experience in Chinese opera to execute the choreographed combat sequences. Production executives cast multiple Asian American performers for specialized action roles, a casting decision that deviated from contemporary Hollywood industry standards by featuring Asian actors in prominent heroic and supernatural character roles. All right. Yeah. Production executives opposed the selection of Kim Cattrall because commercial marketplace perceptions linked the actress to adult-oriented comedy films, specifically Porky's and Police Academy. Kim Cattrall accepted the role due to autonomous nature of the character, stating, "I'm not screaming for help the whole time. I think the humor comes out of the situations and my relationship with Jack Burton. I'm the brains, he's the brawn."
Bold
Yeah,
statement.
read a few of these. The production team utilized Rosemary's Baby as a structural template, presenting the foreground story in a familiar context rather than San Francisco at the turn of the century, which distances the audience immediately. Just to have one simple removed world underground, you have a much better chance of making direct contact with the audience. W.D. Richter collaborated with screenwriters Gary Goldman and sorry, I think that should supposed to say Carpenter. Anyway, to modernize the original 1880s Western setting to a contemporary 1980s urban environment, this narrative transition shifted the primary location from a historical frontier outpost to the modern Chinatown district of San Francisco, California. 20th Century Fox executives approved the script revision to optimize. Okay, they're saying the same thing a bunch of times. Uh, Screenwriters Gary Goldman and David Z. Weinstein authored the initial screenplay draft as a Western set during the 1880s, conceiving the narrative around a cowboy protagonist who enters a town. Executive producers Paul Monash and Keith Barish acquired the screenplay for Taft Entertainment Pictures during the summer of 1982, but mandated subsequent revisions due to logistical and stylistic complications stemming from the turn of the century setting. Screenwriter W.D. Richter executed a comprehensive 10-week overhaul of the text after 20th Century Fox removed the original writers for rejecting a modernization request. The structural revision discarded the historical Western elements, modernized the timeline to a contemporary setting, and retained exclusively the narrative arc concerning the character Lopan. The Writers Guild of America West issued an official credit determination in March of 1986, ruling that Gary Goldman and David Z. Weinstein retained the primary written by credit under Guild regulations protecting the original authors, and the Guild apportioned an adaptation by credit to W.D. Richter for the extension of modernization work, prompting director John Carpenter to publicly voice dissatisfaction regarding the restriction of the screenwriting credit. Carpenter himself performed uncredited script alterations prior to production to manage budgetary and cultural constraints. The director altered the narrative architecture to integrate the character Gracie Law into a Chinatown setting, expunged multiple action sequences to reduce physical production costs, and removed specific dialogue sections to eliminate material deemed offensive to Chinese Americans. Carpenter evaluated the original screenplay in July 1985 before rejecting the initial production offer. The director characterized the initial draft as, quote, outrageously unreadable, though it had many interesting elements. This evaluation prompted 20th Century Fox executives to hire W.D. Richter to execute an extensive rewrite of the Goldman and Weinstein script. Richter modernizes it. They're repeating a lot of stuff in this. I'm sorry, guys. Um, uh, Jeff Bridges was considered for the role of Jack Burton due to his and Carpenter's prior collaboration on Starman. The studio simultaneously reviewed Jeff Bridges' roles, eventually assigned to Kurt Russell in both Escape from New York and The Thing. Okay, Carpenter reprimanded a special effects coordinator during production after a wall-mounted explosive squib detonated prematurely. Kurt Russell documented the incident as a rare instance where the director lost composure on the set because the production scheduled tight windows for practical effects setups. The special effects department utilized hardwired electrical triggers for the squibs, which required extensive manual rewiring and wall patching between unsuccessful takes.
Squibs are where the bullets explode underneath the actor's clothing.
Mhm.
Those are what squibs are. In case you didn't know.
Okay. This is something that you may have noticed. Los Angeles Fire Station 23 provided the physical location for the interior sequences of Egg Sen's garage and office. Production crews utilized the same decommissioned firehouse for the primary headquarters interior in Ghostbusters, 1984. So, for those of you who were wondering, hey, isn't that the Ghostbusters office? Yep. All right, I'll read a few more of these. Performer Peter Kwong praised the elongated hair design of the character as a preferred aspect of the production process. The daily application routine required a consecutive 3-hour session in a makeup chair to install and remove the specialized structural hairpiece. Production accounting logs tracked the financial cost of individual custom unit at $3,000. 20th Century Fox authorized the specialized wardrobe expenditures part of the primary creature and character effects budget managed by Boss Film Studios. James Hong wore 12-inch platform lifts under a long ceremonial robe during the sequence where David Lopan descends an escalator toward the wedding altar. Production schedule constraints forced director Carpenter to bypass the scheduled stunt double, George Chung, requiring Hong to execute the physical descent on the narrow mechanical escalator steps while balanced on the elevated footwear. Hong subsequently recalled that the logistical hazard of the sequence, stating that the hole set with the mouth coming down the steps of the escalator, it was very dangerous, and noted that despite projecting a fierce facial expression, physical trembling occurred throughout the take. The theatrical release occurred on July 2nd, 1986, preceding the birth of Kurt Russell's son, Wyatt, now an actor himself. He's in Disclosure Day right now, and they're also both on the Monarch series together. By 8 days on July the 10th, 1986, 20th Century Fox distributed the production across 1,053 North American theaters for the opening weekend, a distribution strategy that overlapped with the performer's family medical leave requirements. This tight scheduling window required director John Carpenter to compress the final post-production mixing phase and promotional tour obligations so the actor could depart the press circuit immediately prior to the delivery date. Director John Carpenter and cinematographer Dean Cundy completed their sixth and final feature film collaboration on this production. Voice actor Hal Douglas performed a voiceover narration for the original 2-minute, 40-second theatrical trailer. The promotional script contains exact spoken dialogue. There is a hidden world where ancient evil weaves a modern mystery. They call it Little China. It's where Big Trouble was waiting for Jack Burton. They told him to go to hell, and that's just where he's going. Jack Burton's coming to rescue your summer. 20th Century Fox presents Kurt Russell in John Carpenter's Big Trouble in Little China. 20th Century Fox scheduled the promotional campaign alongside the summer theatrical release schedule of 1986, positioning the film as a tentpole action comedy property. Production executives considered Ellen Barkin for the role of Gracie Law. During the initial casting phase, contractual commitments and scheduling conflicts with other studio projects prevented further negotiations for the position. Okay. I'm just going to scroll up, read these last few. All right.
Thank you, Connie
Yeah.
Clary, for 29 consecutive months. You are a rock star. Thank you, Connie Clary. Really appreciate it, Connie.
All right. James Hong pressed the needle of love prop into the skin of Susie Pye with excessive force during the wedding sequence. The physical impact caused an involuntary flinch from the actress during the take, which remained in the final theatrical cut of the film. Okay. The final monologue delivered by character Jack Burton over the Citizen Band radio contains a sequential linguistic reference to the names of the three supernatural enforcers known as the Storms. Kurt Russell improvised portions of the dialogue during the final week of principal photography on the 20th Century Fox sound stages. The specific phrasing explicitly replicates the English translations of the characters Thunder, Lightning, and Rain. Production designers constructed the interior of the Pork Chop Express truck cab as a stationary practical set piece mounted on a motion gimbal to simulate highway movement during the recording of the audio track. During the optical effects sequence for the death of the character Lightning, the final frame of the electrical animation forms the Chinese character for Carpenter as an intentional reference to director John Carpenter. A visual effects supervisor, Richard Edlund, oversaw the integration of this optical matte line animation at Boss Film Studios during post-production. The specific layout of the animated bolt matches the traditional orthography of the character, which the production team inserted during the final compositing phase of the sequence. John Carpenter filmed the airport terminal parking garage kidnapping sequence in reverse in order to ensure performer safety during high-speed vehicle maneuvers. Production personnel lacked stunt doubles for the sequence, requiring the actors to execute all the physical movements backward before editors reversed and accelerated the film print during post-production. Contractual scheduling constraints and physical space limitations within the concrete structure precluded conventional stunt staging. The deleted production script required guards to gag and hogtie Gracie Law because of verbal resistance, explaining why the character remains the sole bound and gagged prisoner during the detention sequence. Kim Cattrall learned about the physical restraints on the day of filming. Due to prior script alterations, crew members removed the mouth gag periodically between camera setups to allow Cattrall to drink water. John Carpenter questioned Cattrall regarding the physical discomfort on the set, prompting Cattrall to reply, "I've been in tighter situations than this." Okay. We won't ask. The transfer of red lipstick from actress Kim Cattrall to performer Kurt Russell during the physical embrace sequence originated as an unscripted continuity accident rather than a planned comedic choice. Production crew members recognized the highly transferable property of specific makeup formulation during initial takes, prompting the actors to incorporate cosmetic smudging into the scene and improvised character as an improvised character element. Director John Carpenter utilized this specific interaction to exemplify Kurt Russell's willingness to undermine the traditional leading man vanity, a trait that directly informed the subverted action hero dynamics of the character. All right. Like I said, a lot of this kind of repeats, but you can find it on IMDb Pro. So I'm going to kind of end it there. Thank you.
The scrolls
are closed.
are closed. Alrighty then. Well, that is the show for today. We're having an extra dose on Saturday. If you are interested, where we'll be doing the 40th anniversary of 1986's The Karate Kid 2, starring Ralph Macchio and Pat Morita and William Zabka. Well, he more or less a cameo in the role, but anyway, 40th anniversary of The Karate Kid 2 will be on Saturday. I want to thank everybody who's been here today. Connie Carey of Igma Service, Daniel Berry Sports Highlights, our friend and pal Big Al presents, Jamie Lynn Simmons, Kevin the Theme Park Adventure. Thank you for joining and being here today. FKHC 2005, who became a new member. Thank you.
Yes.
Also known as Tim. My co-host, Deleted Scenes, as always. Thank you for being the co-host. Joining me here on this program.
Mm-hmm.
I will say my parting words, and then you could say yours. As I always say at the end of these things, always remain to be excellent to one another. Party on, and we'll see you at the next one. Over to you.
All right. And thank you, Bill, once again, for letting me be the sidekick for today. Jack Burton to your Wang Chi. And, or maybe it's the other way around, who knows? We'll figure it out. And I want to thank everybody who joined us here live. We had over 90 people watching at one point, so thank you all very much for joining us. Even if it was only for a few moments, which is quite all right. Just as long as you enjoy the show, hit the like, share out the stream, and of course, remember, this film is available on physical media, so please pick it up. And it is also available on Fandango at home. So if you missed us live, those are ways you can watch.
And leave us your comments on memories about this film. If you went to go see it with both your parents or one of your parents, or just brothers and sisters, leave us. We'd like to know your comment. This is the 40th anniversary. We want to hear your little Big Trouble in Little China story. Leave those in the comments for us.
Indeed. Let's see. Later on tonight at 11 p.m. is my program Coming Attractions, where you will get to find out that what I am going to be up to in the next week. It is my birthday on Saturday.
Yeah.
Yes.
Happy birthday.
Thank you. Be celebrating it right here for Action Theater Extra Dose. Unfortunately, I will be working, so I might be a little bit late to the show. We'll see, but I'm hoping to be there for Karate Kid 2. I will be joining Big Al Presents, who's in the chat with us Saturday night, later on that night, Saturday, for Films with Friends Time Cop with Jean Claude Van Damme. So that would be at 10 p.m. I will be joining Al once again for Western Cinema Presents, where we're going to be watching the next two episodes of 1883, episodes 3 and 4. And later on Sunday at 11 p.m., I am going to be joining Aged Boomer for this week's edition of Geeky Geezers. And I believe Al is going to be with us for that as well. That's at 9 p.m. I don't know if I'm going to do unscripted or not. I'm kind of looking into that. And I want to do like a birthday show. It's just going to be a matter of when I can fit it in. Not going to be very long. Just going to be a little hangout for anybody who can be there. And I'll let everybody know tonight on that, later on tonight. All right.
You said you Western Cinema was on Big Al's channel. I think you meant this channel.
Oh, did I? Okay.
Yeah, I
Sorry.
think you did a slip of the tongue. No worries, no worries.
Yeah, Western Cinema is going to be right here, regular day and time, on Bill's and mine's channel. Yeah. All right. One thing that I did want to bring up a few weeks ago, right here on Action Theater, Bill and I aired "We Were Soldiers," starring Mel Gibson and Greg Kinnear and Barry Pepper, and depicted the first major battle that took place during the Vietnam War, the Battle of Vai Drang. And Greg Kinnear's character is a man by the name of Bruce Crandall, who was awarded the Congressional Medal of Honor for his actions during that battle. He went on to retire as a lieutenant general. And a few weeks ago, Bruce Crandall passed away. He was 93 years old, died peacefully at home, surrounded by his family. And we would like to take this moment to honor him. And we salute you, sir. Thank you very much for your service. All right. So I guess I'll wrap it up from here. From HQ, our second home office in Arizona, and all points north, south, east, west, and beyond. Good night. Take care. Stay strong. Be safe and healthy, because this is how we win. And of course, if you happen to have like a 6 demon bag, that'll like get you out of any scrapes may find yourself in. Oh, push the button, Frank.